What's good, gang? You know what I mean? And we back with another video on, bro. You know what I mean? So say we gonna do another reaction video, a horror story, animated. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep doing these. You feel me? I feel like I'm doing pretty well with it, and I'm still learning new things. So I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing for right now, and yeah. With that being said, y'all tune in and enjoy. So we're gonna be reacting to 3 disturbing prom night horror stories, animated. It's uploaded by I Am Mar Scary Tales, and y'all know these are all the stuff that y'all need to know. Gonna just get to the first video on gang. Let's get it, baby.
It was my first day of school. After a terrible car accident, I was rejoining the life of a teenager. My drunk mom's reckless driving made me lose one of my legs. The teacher introduced me to the class, and I could tell people weren't welcoming. The students whispered about my appearance in the middle of the term, but I kept the accident a secret. If they knew I had a fake leg, they will make even more fun of me.
Right.
During lunchtime, I was heading to my table carrying my food when I slipped and fell onto a popular girl named Emily.
Oh, no!
I spilled the pasta on her shiny new dress, and everyone started laughing.
I'm sorry. I didn't... This dress is worth more than your entire family, weirdo. Hey, don't need to be rude, okay? Or what?
Them type of people.
What are you gonna do, huh?
She pushed me, and I couldn't keep my balance this time. As I fell, my skirt went up to my knee, and everyone saw my prosthetic leg.
Dang,
whoa,
bro.
What is that? Are you even human, weirdo?
People started taking my video. I was humiliated and traumatized. I wanted to smack that stupid girl, but my emotions got the best of me. I got up and ran away. I ran until my lungs gave up. When I stopped, I found myself standing in the woods. The school's backside led to the dense forest, and I was lost in it. Not knowing where to go, I spotted this hiking trail. A humming sound was coming from the end of the trail. It was scary, yet so alluring at the same time. I started following the trail. I had no idea where I was going, but I just couldn't stop myself from doing so. After 5 minutes of walking, I reached in front of this small mud hut. Smoke was coming from its windows. The humming had stopped by then. A rotten smell was making the air heavy. Being curious, I entered the hut.
Why would you go in there? No!
A fire pit with her eyes closed. The woman's partial face had burn wounds.
My lord!
Was a small pot that
a snapping turtle
boiling in it. Suddenly, the woman opened her eyes and smiled at me.
So, you want them to be nice to you?
How she could tell, but I nodded my head. She grinned, flashing her remaining teeth, and told me to sit closer to the fire. I followed her instructions like a faithful puppy. She took out a box and opened it. My skin crawled when I got to see what was inside. It was the leg of a dead bird. The color had turned black over time.
Don't take it.
What would I do with this? You can solve your problems. It would grant you 3 wishes, but only with hellish consequences as punishment for tampering with fate. You can't change what has happened. Your wishes need to revolve around the present. But you must decide if you want this or not.
I looked at the box.
You don't want it.
My heart beating faster. What more do I have to lose? I took the box from her hand. Just then, a bolt of lightning struck.
A storm is coming. You should go home before you get lost in the dark.
Nah.
I came out of her hut. After putting the box in my backpack, I turned back for one last glance.
It ain't even there. It ain't even there. Bro, see, look, bro. That's crazy.
The lady was nowhere. It was just an empty, barren land in the
That is
middle of the
crazy.
woods. I couldn't sleep the entire night. All I could think was, what should I ask for my first wish? Then, suddenly, a cruel plan came to mind. I opened the box and made my first wish.
I want Emily to get humiliated at school.
The next day, we were all sitting in our art class when Emily started behaving crazily. She picked up a scissor.
Be careful what you
and
wish
began
for.
cutting her hair while laughing like a psycho. Other students got scared seeing her behave that day. Our art teacher tried to stop her, but she didn't let go of the scissor. I was sitting right next to her and watching her embarrass herself. My heart enjoyed the cruel deed I just pulled off, when suddenly, the scissors slipped from her hand and landed on my big toe. I got up screaming in pain. Emily was escorted out of the classroom and I got immediate medical attention. The power of the dead bird's leg made me a little scared. To get my revenge, I ended up hurting myself as well. But then, it was only a cut, so it didn't take me much more time to make my second wish. After Emily was out of the scene, it was decided no way she's going to be at the prom. I wanted to take this chance. I wished for Emily's boyfriend Jack to ask me to the prom. I wanted to ruin her and hurt her as much as possible. And my wish came true. While leaving for home, Jack came to me. He told me since Emily won't be going to want a date for the prom, and he wants to take me, I obviously said yes. I appeared at the prom in a bluish pink gown with Jack, but before we could walk into the dance floor, I went to the washroom. I was ready for my third and final wish. I asked the dead bird's leg to make the prom night memorable for me, and that's all eyes stay on me tonight. We danced and enjoyed ourselves. It was looking up for me, which is why I forgot about...
Something bad finna happen. Something bad is finna happen. That's why you gotta be careful what you wish for. Something bad is finna happen to her, bro. I just got a feeling. If it's gonna be memorable, bro, she might lose a limb, another limb. She might, you know, something bad finna happen to her, bro.
Consequence of the wishes. At the end of the prom, Jack and I got crowned as the prom king and queen. My wish came true as I climbed up to the stage. I was all set to make my prom speech when suddenly something horrible happened.
It ain't
over. A bucket filled with foul-smelling pig blood landed on me from above. I was drenched in thick, gooey liquid. I looked
Bro, did they get this off of Carrie, bro? I knew it sounded familiar, bro. I just didn't want to say nothing. But
audience and all of their eyes were on me, just how I wished it to be. Suddenly, Catherine entered from backstage. She went psycho for stealing her boyfriend right before prom. It was she who tied the bucket above my head and was waiting for the right opportunity. That's when my head snapped. I jumped on Catherine with my prom queen trophy and began hitting her on the head with it. People were trying to separate us, but I didn't stop. Instead, Catherine's heart stopped beating.
Damn.
My life got ruined, and now I'm waiting on death row. Every night, I wake up screaming to these nightmares where I see a dead bird's leg sitting on my face and scorching my skin with its sharp nails.
That is crazy. That's why you gotta be careful what you wish for. Next video!
Hey, my name's Richard. I was always one of the most popular kids in school. People were always coming up to me and trying to get close to me. I don't see how with that big nose of yours. Automatically became
Dang, what's wrong with him?
Everyone except Edward, my best friend. Edward is the classic nerdy guy who doesn't like to go to parties, but that's not why no one approached him. But because if you approached him, you could meet Norton, his other personality. Norton was a dangerous person. There were times when he would destroy labs at school, break glass, try to start fires, or spit on people without being seen. I knew that when Edward came back, he wouldn't remember any of this. So in order not to depress him, I took responsibility for the things Norton did and always ended up being punished. Many times I thought about not defending him anymore, but when I saw how the bullies at school were always beating him up, I decided that I didn't want to bring another problem into his life. Graduation day was supposed to be the best day of our lives. We were all very excited to go, except Edward, who told me he wouldn't go, that he would rather stay home and watch movies. I decided to respect him and get ready to go to the dance, but as I was doing so, something felt wrong. Edward was my best friend. I couldn't abandon him on a day like this.
Right.
I decided to go to his house as a surprise and watch movies with him, but when I got to his house and met his parents, they told me he had gone on a date. A date? I knew Edward well, and I knew that this was a lie. Had he gotten into trouble? They offered me to go to his room to drop off the movies I had brought, and I took the opportunity to see his room for the first time. Edward had always been very private with his private life, so we always went to my house. The moment I entered his room, I understood why. His entire room was filled with posters of serial killers, satanic symbols, and gun catalogs. As I checked his computer, I saw that he had several messages to his bullies. The messages were threatening, telling them that today he would beat them all up, that he would take revenge for everything he did to them, and to meet him in the abandoned alley around the corner from the prom dance. I left in desperation and ran to the abandoned alley. If Norton had planned for this, but changed his personality in the middle of the fight, it would surely put Edward in the hospital. I got to the alley quickly, but the fight had already started. 2 of the 3 bullies that usually attack Edward were injured on the ground. One of them was fighting with Norton. I ran to separate them, and in the middle of the bully's distraction, when he saw me coming, Norton stabbed him in the head with a knife.
Dang!
At that moment, I looked around and realized that the other 2 guys were not injured from fighting, but had also been attacked by a knife. The boy fell, and Norton stared at me with a maniacal, unhinged, obsessive smile. He immediately picked up the knife and ran towards me, but suddenly, he stopped and his gaze changed. What happened? I did this? Edward, you came back! No, I couldn't have done this. Richard, my life is over. I'll never go to college. I'll never find a cure for my illness. I will never get help. I've ruined everything. At that moment, a thought crossed my mind. Edward was a good person. He didn't deserve this. These guys tortured him all the way through high school.
Right.
Now that they're dead, Norton probably wouldn't come back, and nobody would bully him at the university. Edward, I'll take the blame. What? I can't let you do that! Listen to me.
Nah, boy.
I'm useless.
I'm sorry, boy. You my friend, but you gotta go. I ain't going to no prison, cuz. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta go on, cuz. I'm sorry, bro. I love you. But you gotta go. With your split personality, bro, run up to me with a knife, you gonna get a backhand. Bro.
I have no future. I'm not going to college, and I'm not as smart as you.
It don't matter.
I'm taking a bullet for you.
It don't
study
matter.
hard and medicate yourself for your problem.
It's just gonna happen again, bro. It's gonna happen again if you think about it. You just, bro, if you smart enough, he has no cure for this illness or whatever freak he got. And you finna go to jail for this man while he's out free. That part of him is still there, and it can come whenever the freak it want. And it can, bro, you stupid. You stupid. It's gonna happen again, bro. You tripping.
No.
Hell.
Now, we have to figure out how to make the police believe that I caused this. Maybe I have a good alibi. I told my parents I was going on a date. You're right. That will work. I can tell them that you met these men and I defended you. Yeah, good idea. At that moment, something went through my head very quickly. Something was wrong. Hey, Edward? This was all planned by Norton, didn't he? Yeah, I suddenly appeared here. I don't remember anything. So how do you know you told your parents you were going on a date? I didn't say it. It was Norton. But you don't remember when Norton takes over you.
Right,
Edward's face was in a state of pure shock. I'd never seen him choke so hard on his own words. There was something he wasn't telling me. Edward, I don't know if it's a good idea for me to cover you. If you have a disease, you should take responsibility for it. Suddenly, Edward lunged at me with the knife. I made him dodge him, but he cut off a part of my arm.
Slap him.
You know, you were a great help all through high school. But now, you're even more useful to me dead. Norton, you were pretending to be Edward? You are so innocent. What do you mean? Kid, I never had multiple personality disorder. You mean there was never a Norton? No, silly. The one who never existed was Edward.
Whoa!
But I managed to get my hand through at the right moment. I pushed him and tried to get away. But
get out of there!
He struck the knife on my back and I fell. I was at the mercy of Norton sticking a knife in my back and killing me. But suddenly, one of the boys who had been wounded rammed him, threw himself on top of him, and choked him to death while yelling at the police. Terrified and in pain, I called as fast as I could, and within minutes, 2 police cars and an ambulance arrived. The boy who saved me almost bled to death but survived. His testimony was the only thing that saved me from going to jail. After that, I decided that I would trust myself more, and in only 4 years I became a lawyer. When I remember Edward, I got goosebumps. Who knows what that psycho would have done if he had stayed alive.
Bruh, that is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Be careful who y'all call y'all friends, bro. Be careful who y'all hang around. Cause you never know what they got plotting on, bro. To the next video on game.
My name is Steven. I don't have much time left, but
I got you, bro.
To get this story out there so anyone can read it online.
I'll help you.
Just don't ignore the rotting smell. I'm not sure how many of them are out there. It was only yesterday that I was preparing for prom, my date soon to be by my side.
Okay.
I drove along the empty road, excitement filling my veins, until I pulled up in front of Sarah's house. She was the girl I had been crushing on since freshman year, and I was eager to take her to the prom.
Dang, what's wrong with her cheeks?
You look amazing.
Thanks, Steven.
We hugged and chatted as we drove
pretty skinny
towards the prom venue, but there was something that I couldn't shake. A foul odor lingering in the air. What's that strange smell?
I don't know. Let's just roll the windows
Better
down.
go take a bath, baby.
So, as we arrived at the prom, I led her to the dance floor, where we proceeded to enjoy our night. Everything seemed perfect, until the lights suddenly went out. Sarah? Sarah, where are you? I couldn't seem to find her anywhere. I was reaching out in front of myself, groping along the floor, till I felt someone lying there. Hey, who's there? Are you okay? And with a click, the lights came back on. I recoiled, my face wrinkled in disgust and horror. 2 dead bodies were lying on the floor in front of me, and chaos broke out. Kids were screaming and yelling, but my mind instantly went to Sarah. Where was she? I had to find her. So I ran out the doors and toward the forest behind the prom venue. As I ran, I heard a faint voice calling out my name.
Steven! Steven!
Don't go, cuz. Don't
Sarah,
go.
So I ran faster.
Don't go, bro.
When I reached her, I saw that she was standing in the middle of a large circle of candles.
That's so
I stepped into the circle. Sarah, what are you doing here? What are these candles for? We have to get back. There are dead bodies.
Steven, come closer.
No, shot.
What do you mean? We need to get out of here.
Destroy the camera circle.
However, she grabbed her face and pulled. It was then I saw the disgusting sight underneath.
What is that?
Dead. The skin which had covered her rotting flesh easily slid off, and I was faced with her rotting and mangled corpse. The worst part, however, was that she was still moving. What the heck? What are you?
I'm dead, Steven. I died. And now I need a sacrifice to come back to life. But I only have until the moon rises.
I'm sorry, Steven. I wanted it to be someone else.
She then lunged toward me, trying to take my life as her
But
own.
if you don't punch her
I
on
tried
her
to
stuff,
run away,
cuz.
but the candle seemed
I
to
knew
be
it.
some type of
I
barrier,
knew it.
keeping me from
I
entering
knew
the
it.
circle. Turning back toward her, I barely had time to react before she was ever
Punch her.
She had leapt across the circle at superhuman speeds and grabbed my throat with both hands, throwing me to the ground.
Boy.
Sarah, don't do this!
I'm sorry.
She ain't gonna listen,
I
cuz.
can't die. You understand, don't you?
She began to chant, her voice echoing through the clearing.
Nah.
However, she looked confused.
What? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working?
Just then, the moon rose above the horizon. As its light shone down on us, Sarah's body seemed to collapse and fall apart.
What?
I walked away from that dark place, my mind in a fog. I got into my car and drove home. I didn't even bother to head back to the school, back to where I could see the police lights shining. As I drove, however, I could smell something. A strange rotting smell that seemed to grow stronger as I got closer and closer to my parents' house. I pulled into the driveway and stumbled out of the car, heading towards the bathroom. What I saw in the mirror, however, scared me. My body was rotting away, my skin turning a sickly gray, and my veins growing dark. I was dead, yet still alive. That's why the ritual didn't work. It wanted a living sacrifice, not a dead one. And even as I write this, my body is rotting away. I have to find a way out of this. If I don't, you can be sure that there are more of us out there. So please, if you find yourself in a similar situation, don't ignore the rotting smell.
Nah. 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 Damn. Hey, bro. I know I said I was gonna help you, but I can't. You're already dead. That's crazy. But anyways, bro, that's the end of this video. Be careful who y'all hang around. Be careful who y'all call y'all friends, bro. Be careful what you wish for. With that being said, bro, make sure y'all tune in. Stay positive, stay peaceful, and stay strong, bro. Stay motivated, baby. And whatever y'all put y'all mind to, get it done. Do it. Don't let nothing stop you. You're the one in control. Only you can stop you, okay? But I love y'all. Stay positive. Stay peaceful. Stay tuned. And we out. Goodbye.